Jai Hind friends, in this lecture we will see the translation process. What is the meaning of translation? Translation, it is nothing but it is the mechanism in which the proteins or the polypeptide chain is synthesized by using the information that is present on the mRNA strand, that is on the codons. The information in the form of codons on the mRNA strand is translated to form the proteins or the polypeptide chains. In the previous lecture we have seen the replication and the transcription. In this lecture we will see the translation. Now see, suppose this is eukaryotic cell, and in this eukaryotic cell suppose this is nucleus. In this nucleus DNA is present. From this DNA, yes, RNA is produced, and the process is called as the transcription. In case of eukaryotic cell, actually this RNA, it is not matured. First immature RNA, that is HN RNA, is produced, and then after post transcriptional changes the mRNA is synthesized, and now this mRNA through the nuclear pore it will enter into the cytoplasm. And when it enters into the cytoplasm, this mRNA with the help of ribosomes, it will produce, now this mRNA it will produce proteins in the cytoplasm. Means transcription process it takes place in the nucleus, post transcriptional changes also takes place in the nucleus, and when this matured RNA it will enter into the cytoplasm, then the translation process takes place. In case of prokaryotes, nuclear membrane is not present, nucleus is not present, so the replication, transcription and translation process takes place in the cytoplasm. But in eukaryotes, translation takes place in the cytoplasm, transcription process takes place in the nucleus. This translation process predominantly takes place in the G1 and G2 phase of the cell cycle. There is wide variation in the synthesis of the protein. Means the quality and quantity of the protein, it may vary from cell to cell or from individual to individual. In humans, the liver cells, these are very rich in protein biosynthesis. But in case of the RBCs, in human beings, these RBCs are not able to synthesize the protein. Means translation machinery, it is absent in the RBCs. There is no nucleus in the RBCs. But in case of the liver cell, yes, it is very rich in protein synthesis. It synthesizes the proteins like albumin. It also synthesizes albumin, yes, blood clotting factors. And these blood clotting factors and the albumin, they are then exported into the blood for circulation. Means in case of the human beings, not all cells synthesize equal amount of the proteins. Liver cells are very rich. These livers, it is called as the protein machinery in the human body. Then we will see the requirement in the translation process, and after that we will see the process or actual process that takes place in the translation process. First we will see the requirement. There is requirement of the amino acids, ribosomes, messenger RNA, tRNA. There is requirement of the energy and the protein factor. And the amino acids, you know that the proteins are the polymers of the amino acids, and of the 20 amino acids, nearly half, means 10 amino acids are synthesized in the body, and the 10 amino acids are the essential amino acids they need to provide in our diet. Means 10 amino acids are essential amino acids, and protein synthesis occurs when all the essential amino acids are available for that particular protein synthesis. Then we will see the ribosomes. These ribosomes, these are present in the cytoplasm in association with rough endoplasmic reticulum. These ribosomes are the centers for the protein synthesis. These ribosomes, in case of the eukaryotes, these ribosomes are of 80S type, while in case of the prokaryotes, these ribosomes are of 70S type of the ribosome. In the eukaryotes, 80S type of ribosomes mainly consist of two subunits. One is large subunit, it is of 60S, while the another subunit is of the 40S. While in case of the prokaryotes, the large subunit, it is 50S, and the small subunit, it is 30S. Usually this 40S subunit and 60S subunits, these are separate, or 50S and 30 subunits, these are separate, but during the translation process they will get unite to form the 70S, or 60 and 40S subunit they will unite to form the 80S type of the ribosomes. Divalent magnesium Mg2 plus ions, they will help for the unification of this large and small subunits. In eukaryotes, this functional ribosome, it has 4 sites, one site for the mRNA, and the 3 other sites will be the site A, site P and site E. Suppose this is site A, site P, and there is site E. Each subunit has these sites, site A, site P and site E. Site A is for binding the amino acyl tRNA. Site P is for binding the peptidyl tRNA. And from E site, empty tRNA, it will exits into the cytoplasm. Means from this site E, empty tRNA will exit. इसके बाद देखेंगे mRNA. Here the M stands for messenger, because this mRNA, it carries the message from the DNA in the form of codons. These codons, these are nothing but the triplet or the 3 nucleotide sequence on the mRNA. Means AUG, it is one of the codon. Then GUA, it is one of the codon. GGA, it is one of the codons. दोस्तों, अब ये जो कोडन है, इट विल कोड फॉर पर्टिकुलर अमीनो एसिड. AUG, इट कोड्स फॉर पर्टिकुलर अमीनो एसिड. फॉर एग्जांपल, इट विल कोड फॉर मिथियोनिन. GUA, इट कोड्स फॉर वैलिन. वैलिन के लिए कोड करता है. GGA, इट कोड्स फॉर ग्लाइसिन. ACC, it will code for threonine. This UAA do not code for any amino acids, hence it is called as the stop codon. तो दोस्तों, actually there are total 64 codons. Out of these 64 codons, there are 3 stop codons and remaining 61 codons which codes for 20 amino acids. These 61 codons codes for the 20 amino acid, and these 3 stop codons are UAA codon, UAA, then another is UAG, and third one is the UGA, and their names are ochre, amber, opal. UAA, this codon is called as the ochre. UAG, amber, and UGA codon, it is opal. This stop codon, they will terminate the process of translation. अब ये जो कोडॉन्स रहते हैं, these codons are universal. Means GUA codon, it will code for the valine amino acid in all the living beings, in all the individuals. GGA, it will code for glycine in all the living beings, either it may be prokaryotes or eukaryotes. ACC, it will code for the threonine in all the individuals. Means these codons, these are universal. These are commaless and without any punctuation mark. और ये कोडॉन जो होते हैं, these are specific. Specific means GUA, it will code for the valine. GGA, it codes for the glycine only. ACC, it will code only for the threonine. Means this is the specificity. और एक प्रॉपर्टी रहती है कोडॉन्स की, that is degeneracy और degenerate. Degeneracy. तो ये प्रॉपर्टी क्या है degeneracy? Many codons code the single amino acid. Means total there are 61 codons which codes for 20 amino acids. Means single amino acid can be coded by more than one codon. This is the degeneracy. For example, GGA, it will code for the glycine, but the same amino acid, that is glycine, can be coded by GGG or GGC or GGU or GGA. This is the degeneracy. Then we will see the tRNA. Here T stands for transfer RNA. ये ट्रांसफर करेगा, किसका ट्रांसफर करेगा? अमीनो एसिड का ट्रांसफर करेगा। कैसे करेगा देखते हैं। This is the 3 prime end of the tRNA, while this is the 5 prime end of the tRNA. This is the anticodon loop of the tRNA. दोस्तों ट्रांसलेशन प्रोसेस में क्या होगा? जो अमीनो एसिड्स है, दिस अमीनो एसिड्स बाइंड टू द 3 prime end of the tRNA, and after binding amino acid tRNA will be formed. ये जो tRNA है, tRNA पे एंटीकोडॉन लूप है और एंटीकोडॉन लूप पे जो क्या है? न्यूक्लियोटाइड सीक्वेंस है। दिस न्यूक्लियोटाइड सीक्वेंस दे विल फॉर्म बॉन्ड विद द न्यूक्लियोटाइड्स दैट आर प्रेजेंट ऑन द mRNA strand during the translation process. Then next requirement is the energy. Now for the process of the translation, the energy it is obtained from the ATP and GTP. अभी ATP और GTP का क्या होगा? ATP is converted into AMP, that is adenosine monophosphate, and GTP is converted into guanosine monophosphate, and the energy equivalent to 2 ATP will be obtained from each of the ATP and the GTP. और ये एनर्जी किसके लिए यूज होगी? ट्रांसलेशन प्रोसेस के लिए। देन दी प्रोटीन फैक्टर्स। नाउ दिस प्रोटीन फैक्टर्स क्या होते हैं? दिस प्रोटीन फैक्टर्स आर रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द initiation, elongation and termination in the translation process. For initiation of the translation process, there are initiation factors such as eukaryotic initiation factors. For elongation process in translation, there are eukaryotic elongation factor, and then termination, for the termination process there are eukaryotic termination or releasing factors. इसके बाद देखते हैं कि ये ट्रांसलेशन प्रोसेस कैसी होती है। फर्स्ट क्या होगा कि एक्टिवेशन होगा। किसका एक्टिवेशन होगा? अमीनो एसिड्स का। मींस फर्स्ट स्टेप जो ट्रांसलेशन में रहेगी वो कौन सी रहेगी? एक्टिवेशन ऑफ द अमीनो एसिड्स। अब दोस्तों आपको एक ध्यान में रखना है कि ये ट्रांसलेशन प्रोसेस जो है कहां हो रही है? साइटोप्लाज्म में। मींस सपोज दिस इज सेल एंड इन दिस सेल देयर इज न्यूक्लियस एंड इन द साइटोप्लाज्म दिस प्रोसेस इज टेकिंग प्लेस। तो जो अमीनो एसिड्स प्रेजेंट है साइटोप्लाज्म में, दी अमीनो एसिड्स दे विल गेट एक्टिवेटेड बाय यूजिंग एटीपी और जीटीपी, एंड दे विल गेट एक्टिवेटेड अमीनो एसिड्स। Now this activated amino acids they will bind to 3 prime end of the tRNA. Activated amino acids they will get bind to the 3 prime end of the tRNA. Now this tRNA is called as the amino acyl tRNA. It is called as the amino acyl tRNA. Means tRNA with activated amino acid. Means in this first steps there are two actually sub steps. कौन से है? First will be the amino acid by utilizing the ATP they will get activated, and second this activated amino acids they will get attached to 3 prime end of the tRNA and to form the amino acyl tRNA. और ये प्रोसेस करने के लिए जो एंजाइम होगा वो एंजाइम का नाम है अमीनो असाइल tRNA synthetase. This is the group of enzymes that is required for the activation of amino acid and formation of amino acyl tRNA complex. This process is also called as the charging of tRNA to form AA, that is amino acid tRNA complex or amino acyl tRNA complex. Means this activation of amino acid it is also called as the charging of tRNA or amino acylation of the tRNA. Then next step is the initiation of the translation. आपको पता है ये जो ट्रांसलेशन है कहाँ होता है, साइटोप्लाज्म में होता है। अब न्यूक्लियस में क्या है, न्यूक्लियस में डीएनए से एमआरएनए होगा, ट्रांसक्रिप्शन से, और एमआरएनए इट विल एंटर इनटू द साइटोप्लाज्म। अब साइटोप्लाज्म में क्या क्या प्रेजेंट है, राइबोसोम्स प्रेजेंट है, स्मॉल सब यूनिट प्रेजेंट है, लार्ज सब यूनिट प्रेजेंट है, और एक्टिवेशन ऑफ अमीनो एसिड होने के बाद एक्टिवेटेड अमीनो एसिड 3 प्राइम एंड ऑफ द टीआरएनए को क्या है, बाइंड हुआ है। उसके बाद क्या होगा, इनिशिएशन में क्या होगा, अब ये जो स्मॉल सब यूनिट है, दिस स्मॉल सब यूनिट इट विल गेट बाइंड टू द 5 प्राइम एंड ऑफ दिस एमआरएनए स्ट्रैंड। दिस स्मॉलर सब यूनिट इट विल बाइंड टू द 5 प्राइम एंड ऑफ द एमआरएनए एट AUG कोडॉन। AUG कोडॉन जहां प्रेजेंट रहेगा वहां पे स्मॉलर सब यूनिट ऑफ द राइबोसोम क्या होगा, बाइंड होगा। और ये जो कोडॉन है उसका एंटीकोडॉन कहां पे प्रेजेंट रहेगा, इट विल प्रेजेंट ऑन द एंटीकोडॉन लूप ऑफ द टीआरएनए ऑफ द इनिशिएटर टीआरएनए। जो इनिशिएटर टीआरएनए रहेगा उसका एंटीकोडॉन लूप, उस पे जो सीक्वेंस रहेगी, दिस सीक्वेंस इज कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू दिस AUG। मींस सीक्वेंस क्या रहेगी प्रेजेंट इनिशिएटर टीआरएनए पे, एंटीकोडॉन पे देख लेते हैं। सपोज दिस इज यस इनिशिएटर टीआरएनए, दिस इज 3 प्राइम एंड, दिस इज 5 प्राइम एंड, एंड this is suppose yes anticodon loop, and on this anticodon loop there is sequence of nucleotide complementary to the codon on the mRNA. Means here is adenine, means its complementary nucleotide it is U. If it is U there is adenine nucleotide, and if it is guanine then on the anticodon loop there will be the cytosol. मीन्स जो इनिशिएटर टीआरएनए रहेगा उसका एंटीकोडन कौन सा रहेगा, UAC। अब ये जो AUG है, दिस AUG आपको पता है AUG कोडॉन इट विल कोड फॉर यस मिथियोनिन। मींस दिस मिथियोनिन इट विल प्रेजेंट ओवर द 3 प्राइम एंड ऑफ द टीआरएनए, मींस हियर विल बी द मिथियोनिन। तो क्या क्या हुआ है अभी तक, इनिशिएशन ऑफ ट्रांसलेशन में स्मॉलर सब यूनिट गेट बाइंड टू द 5 प्राइम एंड वेयर द AUG कोडॉन इज प्रेजेंट। Next step is the initiator tRNA. It will form complementary base pairing with this initiation codon, that is AUG. The next step is the larger subunit. It will get bind to this complex. This 40S subunit and this 60S subunit, they will unite to form the larger, that is 80S subunit, and for this Mg2 plus ions are required. Now this on this ribosome there are 3 sites, that is site A, site P and site E. Means site A, suppose there is site A, then site P and then site E. The initiator tRNA, remember this initiator tRNA, it binds to the site P and the A site is empty. For this initiation process there is requirement of the initiator factors also, like initiation factor 3, initiation factor 4A, eukaryotic initiation factor, ठीक है, eukaryotic initiation factor 4A, these are also required for the initiation process. Now here the P site is occupied by the initiator tRNA, A site is empty and E site is also empty. After the initiation of the translation process, then the next step is the elongation. This elongation step again it consists of binding of amino acid tRNA to A site. The next step is the peptide bond formation and then the translocation. First we will see the binding of amino acid tRNA to A site. In the initiation of translation, the initiator tRNA is present at the P site of the ribosomes. And as the codon is AUG, the amino acid that is present on this 3 prime end of the tRNA will be the methionine. अब जो नेक्स्ट इनकमिंग जो नेक्स्ट स्टेप होगी ये क्या है, बाइंडिंग ऑफ अमीनो एसिड टीआरएनए। जो नेक्स्ट अमीनो एसिड टीआरएनए प्रेजेंट रहेगा इट विल बाइंड टू द ए साइट ऑफ द राइबोसोम। कहां पे बाइंड होगा, ए साइट पे। और ये जो अमीनो एसिड टीआरएनए रहेगा उस पे 3 प्राइम एंड पे कौन सा अमीनो एसिड प्रेजेंट रहेगा वो कौन डिसाइड करेगा, the codon that is present on the mRNA. Means the codon is GUA, means the amino acid that is present at 3 prime end of the codon it will be the valine, means GUA it codes for valine. The next tRNA having valine it will get bind to A site and it will yes form the base pairs with GUA. Then the next step is the peptide bond formation. The peptide bond will be formed between the amino acid of the tRNA that is present at P site and the amino acid that is present on the tRNA on the A site. Means methionine and valine, in this between this there will be formation of, yes, there will be formation of peptide bond. After the peptide bond formation there is translocation. अब translocation में क्या होगा, अब this ribosome it will move along this mRNA. अब जैसे जैसे mRNA पे move करेगा ribosomes, yes, on the basis of the codons that are present on the mRNA, this amino acid they will get added to the growing peptide chain. Means if there is GUA, the amino acid will be valine. If there is GGG codon, it will be the glycine. If there is ACC codon, there will be threonine amino acids. And if there is GGA codon, there will be glycine amino acids. उसके बाद जो नेक्स्ट स्टेप है वो कौन से है, टर्मिनेशन. फर्स्ट इनिशिएशन, देन इलोंगेशन एंड देन टर्मिनेशन. अब ये जो टर्मिनेशन है वो कब होगा, व्हेन द ए साइट ऑफ द राइबोसोम इट विल रीचेस टू द स्टॉप कोडन. The stop codons are UAG or it may be UGA or it may be UAA. Any of the codon UAA, UGA or UAJ, they will generate the stop signals, and because of these stop signals the polypeptide chain it will be released into the cytoplasm. और उसके बाद ये जो दो सब यूनिट्स है, स्मॉल सब यूनिट एंड large subunit, they will get dissociated and they will be released into the cytoplasm, and again these units they will be recycled and will be used for the translation process. This step is called as termination process. There may be other ribosomes that are present on this mRNA strand and carrying translation. ये जो सिचुएशन है सिंगल mRNA पे नंबर ऑफ राइबोसोम्स प्रेजेंट है, सच ribosomes, these are called as the polyribosomes or also called as polysomes. So this is the translocation process. Thank you.